Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with the Rogers Group. I'm actually coming to you with a little different video today. So, my work vehicle, a 2006 Toyota Sienna, I'm having some issues with the neutral safety switch. So, I'm going to walk you through how to change that. You're going to want to replace, take out the battery tray, in order to get to it. So, we're going to get started. So, luckily on this, fairly simple, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter and another 10 millimeter. We're going to take those out. We'll be right back. All right, so next we're going to take out two more 10 millimeters. Take this piece off, and there's a piece right here on the bottom as well we're going to remove. All right, so you want to make sure when you take this up, you have a clip right here. Just take something, pry this on both sides, so you can pop this right here through. Make sure you don't tear this wire up. So we're going to take this off, and I'll be right back. All right, so once you get that one off, got another 10 millimeter here. I want to take this off. And we'll take this piece right here off. All right, so we're trying to get to this part right down there. That's your neutral safety switch with this wire coming out. So we're going to take this right here out, which is a 10 millimeter, and that should give us the access we need. All right, so after you take this 10 millimeter out, you've got to take this out. All you do, pick up, slide it. So two 10 millimeters, plug up top, and then we've got one more bolt we've got to take out. We've got your wiring harness here. Just want to push in on the top and lift it up. You want to make sure you don't mess it up. Then you've got a 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and one 11 millimeter right there. All right, so once you take the 11 out, you want to wiggle this. Bring this out. You're going to take your two 10s out. All right, so after you take those bolts out, you got to pry it off of this shaft right here. Then you want to go in with your new one. Make sure you get everything to line up. I take this off on the old one. Make sure you get that to go all the way back, and then we put this back on. All right, so once you've got that back in, you want to come back in with your two 10 millimeters. Get those started, and then we'll come right here. Now, we're saying 11 millimeter earlier. These are actually a 12 millimeter. So two 10s and one 12. We'll get these locked down. All right, so once you have everything hooked up at the bottom, I'm going to put this right here back on. This is just a 10 millimeter. Tighten this down. Make sure you push that on, and then push this right here on. And we'll get to assembling everything else. All right, now this part here could be tricky. Make sure you reroute this back to where it goes. You've got a hole right in here that it goes into. This piece, you want to connect it right into there. All right, so once you got that back down in there, line this right here up. Make sure you tighten that down, and then we're going to come with this piece. Make sure you hook the wire back to it. This goes into here. You've got two more 10s, one here, that's going to go back into it. And this right here goes right over the top. Make sure you hook your wire back to it. And you got your two 10s right here. Tighten these down, and we'll get back on the battery tray. Put the battery back in, should be good to go. Alright, so as you'll notice, kind of backtracked, and don't be like me. Make sure you plug in your new neutral safety switch, because I put everything back together and forgot to. Alright, we'll put everything back together. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone, taking it for a test drive. Sorry I couldn't finish everything up. All I had to redo was put the battery in, tighten that down, check engine light went off. It's in gear. So some of the issues I was having was check engine light came on. It was a P as in Paul 0705, which they said it was a transmission range sensor, which is a neutral safety switch. So I was able to go to my local O'Reilly, pick one of those up. It was about $260, $270. And then a few times whenever I would go from reverse to neutral or drive to neutral, the van would just shut off. So I don't know if there was maybe some condensation in it, or what the problem was. It still seemed to be shifting fine, as you can see. If I can actually get it to focus for me, is right now it shows that it's in drive. So one of the issues I was having was it showed that it was in drive but also in second gear, because in this one I can go over. This is actually my shifter. I can go left, go down to do a manual shift, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it was showing that it was in drive and second at the same time. So kind of nursed it home. Didn't want to drive it on the interstate, didn't want to mess anything up. So I was able to go by, get that neutral safety switch, and put that in. It might have taken 20 minutes total, 15-20 minutes. You only needed really a flathead screwdriver and a 10 millimeter and a 12 millimeter is really all you needed. And you kind of had to pry it off. That was one of the main issues I ran into, other than not plugging it back in, was prying the old one off, because it's been on there for so long. So once you pry that off, put the new one on, tighten it back down, and right now I'm on a test drive. It's working fine. So if you have any questions, or if you have an easier way to do it, please comment down in the bottom, in the comment section. And if you could follow and subscribe. I will try to do weekly videos. I usually post about appliances, but van went down, so I needed to get this, and this is actually what I use to repair appliances in. So it all coincides together. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and have a blessed day. This is Chris with the Rogers Group. Thank you.